doesn't want a perfect routine? But every time we start a new routine, after a few days, things come in our way, we lose motivation, and finally, we don't feel like following the routine. So, how do we fix this? Hi guys, my name is Priya and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to tell you why we are failing at sticking to our routines and how we can fix this after having completed 25 days of my project 50. So here are 5 mistakes we are making, which that's why we are failing at our routines. Number 1 is setting a timetable as soon as we think about routines. We immediately start with things like 6 a.m. wake up, 6 to 7 getting ready, 7 to 8 cooking, 8 to 8:30 breakfast, so on and so forth. What's wrong with this? Actually, nothing. Except for some days you have to work and some days you're at home, and so the motivation is not the same. So what we are supposed to do is, the only thing to have fixed timings for is eating, sleeping, and waking up. Everything else you can do whenever you want, but make sure you do it on that day. And this will not make you rush, but will help you do things at your own pace and keep following the routines. Number 2 is being over ambitious. When we started eating food, we didn't start with a complicated dish like biryani, did we? We started with basic rice pudding and went on to other complicated tastes and dishes. Then, why do we want to have a perfect routine when we are just starting out? And planning on having an order to a day is something to be appreciated. So appreciate yourself for that thought and start simple. Keep it simple, and that will help you stick to your routines. Number 3 is not being intentional. What is the intention behind you wanting to start a new routine? Is it because you want to work out more, or is it because you want to write more, or you want to practice something more, or to just make your days less complicated? What exactly is that? When you define the reason for starting a new routine, this will help you focus on those areas and set more time aside for those activities. Know your intention behind starting a new routine to have the direction and clarity, and this will help you stick to your routines. Number 4 is starting new complicated routines. Whether we call it a routine or not, we do a few things every day, like going to the toilet immediately after waking up, reading scriptures, prayer, meditation. We all have something that is the same every day, but we just don't think it is a routine, or we just don't call it a routine. And when we want to change something about our routines, we start writing down things which are completely opposite to what we normally do. Instead of complicating it, just improvise on your already existing routines and things will definitely work out. If the first thing you do in the morning is going to the toilet, brush your teeth also while you're there, instead of setting aside another perfect time for it. And number 5 is copying other people's routines. Let's say I'm a housewife who stays at home and I don't need to go to the office. So my routine should be around the house, and this will be different from a person who is working, a full-time YouTuber or a content creator. So stop trying to imitate people and do what they are doing, because what works for them may not work for you, and routines work best when they are individualized or personalized. So start personalizing routines and you'll definitely stick to them. So these are the mistakes which are keeping us from following our routines and sticking to them. So try these things instead. Instead of making a timetable, write down the tasks you do in an order, step by step, which one you're going to do after what, so that you don't have to rush for time, even if it's way past the time you wanted to do something. Because building a routine is like deciding what you're going to do after what, and putting aside the hassle of decision making every day. So make a list of what you're going to do after what, and in a stepwise manner, and this will help you exactly with that. And number 2 is improvise your existing routines. Instead of just starting to wake up at 4 a.m. suddenly out of the blue, just wake up before half an hour or just before 20 minutes your usual time, and this will make it easier to follow it and make changes and adjustments whenever you want. And start being intentional with your routines. Define the purpose behind your new routine. Waking up early, working out, eating healthy, or just bringing an order to your complicated life. What is the purpose? Just define your purpose, and that will help you stick to your routines and personalize your routines. And because all routines may not suitable for everybody, so follow the one which suits you and what is needed for you, and not the just the one which is going viral on the social media or what a great influencer is following, because they have a different lifestyle and they have different priorities compared to you. So always take the best things out of their routines and personalize them to make the best out of these routines. And finally, routines are supposed to improve the flow and ease of our life and make our life less complicated and not make our life cramped with tasks. It is not for being busy but to enjoy the day doing things more efficiently. So keep all these things in mind before you start planning on a new routine or changing your lifestyle. So I hope this video gave you an insight into why we are failing at sticking to routines and how you can fix them. I'll see you in another interesting and helpful video. Until then, take care.